Okay. When did the Irish get to Jamaica?
Well, I figured the 1830s, 1840s.
Uh-huh.
They were sent there as slaves to get rid of them.
Uh-huh.
You know. There were some famous Irishmen went there,
Uh-huh.
became famous there, and then they intermarried with the local girls, and that's how in Jamaica now you'll hear names, Irish names, Murphy, Sullivan.
But
O'Brien.
but it's the accent. It's the accent that
The accent
lingers there. So what part of Jamaica?
If you have the Irish accent, they probably have an Irish name. What's the common name in Jamaica for a Jamaican person?
What is the common name?
I know, I'm trying to think. Always the singer, always the name, the great singer.
Bob Marley?
Oh, Marley. I'd be more of a Jamaican name, that's not an Irish name. But,
no, I've never
if
considered.
I ever read the book, I'll get it to you.
I've never considered that. Absolutely never.
Well, write that down. I remember it. The Black Irish of Jamaica.
Okay.
That's the name of the book.
Name of the book.
I can't remember the author's name.
Uh-huh.
But you can probably find it on the internet.
And that talks about that early history.
The early history of the Irish in Jamaica.
With the English getting rid of the bad Irish people instead of, why were they getting rid of them?
They considered them bad. They weren't bad. They were revolutionaries. But to get
what were they rebelling against?
the English government. English government.
For what?
They've been fighting the English government for 800 years.
For what?
Because they took over Ireland.
But the Irish people got there first and the English showed up next.
Yeah.
And the English said, you ours.
Yeah, and they took all the land.
So you were different people altogether then.
Yeah, we've been fighting for 800 years.
So where'd you come from?
I come from Ireland.
No, before you got to Ireland.
We were Celtic.
And where were Celtics located? Where were Celtics?
Well, Celtic were from, some of them landed in Wales, in England, and the Irish went off. Then the Romans came into England, but they didn't come into Ireland. So they became more Irish, and then they learned their own language. And then England invaded Ireland mostly in the 11th century, 1060. They sent over. They killed half the population, and then they took them, rested them, and they put them into, if Ireland was this size, they put them over in that little corner and said, you have that land, the rest is ours. And that was Cromwell. You've heard the name Cromwell.
Yeah.
He killed thousands and hundreds of thousands of people.
Wow.
And from then on, they took over Ireland, and all the English lords and ladies came over, and they lived on maybe 300 or 400 acres, and the Irish became the workers on the land, just like the black people became from.
What was so unique about Ireland anyway?
What's unique? It's just that they could take all the land.
But okay.
They could raise.
Okay. Oh. Pastoral land. Beautiful. Nothing to interfere with it.
They moved them all back into small little places, 1 acre each. The group of potatoes, and that was the only food. And if they had pigs or cows, they had to give them to the landlords, and they would send them to England to sell them. And the landlords collected rent as well. So when the potato died, that was the only food they had. So then they starved. There was 8 million people in Ireland at that time. By the time they finished, it was between the famine and the emigration to Jamaica, Australia, America, everywhere else, there was only 4 million people left, half the population. 2 million died from starvation, hunger. While that was going on, the English were sending all the food out of the country because they believed in free trade, regardless of what the population had. So the population, they could go into houses, many Quakers went over there to try to help. They would go into a house and they would see maybe 4 or 6 people in the corner, dead, eaten by the dogs. The mother would eat the child. It was horrible. So all that period, they would send them to Australia, they would send them to Jamaica, they would send them to South Carolina for slaves. so they intermingled with a lot of different nationalities. That's why now you have, in this country, you have 40 million people of Irish ancestry.
Y'all prolific, huh? Spread the wealth.
Well, I guess that's
So you create a lot of revolutionaries then.
I remember that shoe shop, Tom McCann, went out of business, I guess.
McCann?
Yeah.
That Irish or Scottish?
No, I don't know. I just remember it was a shoe shop. It was a shoe shop. Yeah.
McCann?
Yeah. But it's probably, could be Irish, could be Scottish too. So it means a lot there, you know. I'll get you that book sometime. On the internet to find it. I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.